Scared money don't make none, no, 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 no. Go get your money, yeah. Scared money don't make none, no, 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 no. Go get your money,
Alright, welcome back to You're Not Gonna Like This. This is episode 17, part 2 of our artistic creation series. Like I said in our first episode of artistic creation, this is a series mainly about just bringing on people that are, any kind of form of artist, painter, photographer, animator, anything of that nature that pertains to art, just to give a highlight to, the talents of those and everybody else out there that has a talent they want to know. So if you got a talent out there that precedes the art or any talent of that nature, feel free to DM us on our Instagram page and our Twitter page. Instagram, You're Not Gonna Like This _, and Twitter, YNGLT _. You can also hit us at our personal pages. Mine's at Trey Skywalker _, and then I think PJ's at PBeard. Don't know, but as always, any kind of account we mention comes up on the bottom, so y'all can get an idea what exactly it is. But let's go ahead and get right into the episode. Before we get started as well, we have a guest today. I didn't go over this before we started. Didn't know if you wanted to go by John or J.Vizionary. Which one?
No, you can just call me John, Jonathan, doesn't matter. But if you guys want to find my social media, my Instagram is jonathanvizionary. Visionary with a Z instead of a S on Instagram. And on Twitter, Visionary J, Visionary with a Z instead of a S. So yeah, my name's Jonathan. I'm a photographer / videographer. I'm in the Atlanta area, so you know what I'm saying, if you need a photo shoot, you're in the Atlanta area, hit me up. But yeah, I'm mainly specialized in portraiture, lifestyle portraiture, documentary, some editorial work. I'm trying to get more into editorial work. That's gonna be the goal for 2021, because eventually, I want to start doing like stuff like magazines and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right, so John, your camera froze, man. It's like
my camera froze. Damn.
Not even like right now. It looks like you got like one of those like photos up there, and you just talking in the background. Yeah, the sound coming fine, but yeah, your camera froze. That's weird. But
I don't know what's going on. It should be fine. But yeah.
If you want to continue like this, we can just go ahead and keep balling out. That's your call, man.
Hold on. Let me try to. Can you see me now?
All right, now it's just voice now because you turn. There you go. Yep, move for me a little bit. Oh yeah, there you go. All right. All right. Well, back into it. John was saying he was a filmographer, videographer, does documentaries, editorials, and lifestyle portraits. For those that didn't hear, in the Metro Atlanta area, so hit him up. Like I said earlier, page is called the bottom of the screen, so we'll be able to interact with our guests and ourselves, of course. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the concept. Well, we already kind of covered what your artistic talent is, being a photographer, videographer. And I know we were talking about earlier about your influences being guys like Spike Lee, and what was other guys you mentioned?
As far as like film inspiration, I would say like Spike Lee, John Singleton. Like videographer wise, like director, like I do a lot of music videos. Inspiration is Cole Bennett, Director X, Colin Tilley, a lot of the big budget music video directors of like a lot of popular artists at the time. And yeah, as far as photography, I mentioned Volandis, Gunnar Stahl. I have a couple others. Those are just ones that just popped in my head at the moment. I have other inspirations, but yeah, those are my inspirations, artistic wise. Yeah, my medium.
I always feel like the more influences and the more people you pull from, the better your work can be. Since if you rely on like just one person for everything and all your talent, It's feel like it's like it's no distinctiveness. It's no like
Yeah,
nothing that really separates you. You know, you kind of like in the line like you a 2.0 versus being your own person, things like that.
I agree.
But for those that don't, I've known John since my freshman year in college. He's doing photography for a minute, for as long as I know, good 4 or 5 years, to my knowledge, maybe longer. Don't know if he did some in high school as well. He did have a short film. He did have that short film. I know you did that short film in your high school. I don't know
Yeah,
if you.
I've done. I when I was in high school, my senior year, I started on the student news team, and I started doing photography. Me and my best friend Ren, we actually still best friends to this day. She actually kind of got me into photography because she had a camera as well. So we start just after school, we just like after a drama club, because we'd be in drama club together, we just take pictures of each other, and it was just fun, because I was into fashion, and like I used to be on Tumblr a lot. I used to be one of the Tumblr kids, and used to always like fashion stuff and like the aesthetic stuff, and like I was kind of priming myself to like really like photography and like see stuff that was catching my eye, and I just didn't know it. I just was on Tumblr, and I've just always just love aesthetically pleasing things and stuff like that. And yeah, I just started doing student news because I used to act. Actually, my freshman year, I was acting major, and like so, my student news class, I would always be one of the people that would always act. And I actually had no kind of like camera stuff. Like I had a camera myself, but I was oblivious to most of like the ins and outs of how to use my camera. I could barely even use it on manual mode at the time. So like I was really oblivious to all the technical sides of like directing and filmmaking and all that stuff. And until I graduated high school, and one of my friends, he was actually a rapper. He wanted me to direct one of his music videos, and I was like, all right, I'll do it because I have a camera, and I just like it was the first time I really started editing for real, and I just really just like fell in love with it. I just loved like the process of like starting like I have all these clips, you know what I'm saying, and I just make something like it's not from scratch, necessarily, but it's like I just created something like it feels like out of nothing. It's just like dang, like I made this, and I just really enjoyed that, and I just started making like
Back on you was saying about how you got into the photography business, and talking about
what
gaining
what
your
time did you what time did you like you cut out shit cut out for you? 'Cause I was kind of saying that.
it cut out like 7, 12, 13, something. Oh, let me see. But like I would go 21:45, 21:30, something like that.
I was like, do you know what I was talking about? Like what part did
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. You was talking about your involvement in high school, like an acting major your freshman year, being in the student music club, or what was it called?
I was in student news. I had student news class.
Student news club. Yeah, you was talking about that and how your friend Ren, being friends with her, how she got you into photography.
Yeah. All right, bet.
These like taking pictures, having a multitude of great stories and clips, all sorts of things pertaining to
Okay.
that. Is
Bet. Yeah, so like I was my friend, he had me shoot a music video for him, and like I didn't know I was doing looking back. That was like it's not well, of course it's your first video, so it's not your best. But yeah, I just really enjoyed the process of making it. I made a script for it, like I was directing it, like editing it. I did a lot of stuff for it, and I just enjoyed it. It was just fun to me. And I was just like I started doing it more, just editing, just record my friends and us together, and it just was fun, and it's just something I just got more into. And I realized the acting route, because at GMU, my freshman year, I was a theater major, but an acting concentration, but it was for acting for the theater. And I really didn't want to act for the theater. If I wanted to, if I was gonna act, I wanted to act for the screen, like from the TV and stuff like that. And they had classes like that, but that wasn't the main focus. So I just really wasn't vibing with the major at the moment. So I switched to film. I applied for the film major, and I actually got like a small scholarship from GMU for being a film major. And it was actually like I actually used my first ever video ever edited, directed, whatever in my portfolio. So they gave me a small scholarship for it. So yeah, and I was a film major for a year at GMU, and I realized like I love my people at GMU. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people I still keep in contact with, but professionally, I realized it wasn't the best situation. especially being from Atlanta, me having more connections, more people I knew down there, I just thought it'd be a better move to just come back home to Atlanta. And so far, it's like I feel like I made the right decision. So yeah, that's basically my at least I don't feel like how I got into photography / videography. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's what's up. Well, you heard it first here, guys. John really didn't find his passion and his true vision till, he got into like his senior, junior year, even all the way down to his freshman and sophomore year in college. Took a couple years to get there. So it's kind of advice for those younger people that are watching this that are in high school, things of that nature. When you choose your major, there is no one right choice. You're gonna change it a couple times. You might not really find your passion until you like actually get in school and you'll be like, oh yeah, this is really what I wanted to do. Like more people don't notice about me. Like when I first started going to school and I first started like actually selecting in schools, I want to do occupational therapy. I want to do things like that. But then occupational therapy came after the training my freshman year in college, as John knows. And then after that, you know, one of the craziest things, probably the more grateful things I am for is like I failed my biology class. Like I got like a D on it, and I needed a C to keep going. But because of that, I had to change my major, and I ended up doing kinesiology, and I feel like that was the much better route for me personally because it's more diverse. I can do a multitude of things out of the degree. It's not like one track, one set, point A, point B. It's like I can go from here, be an athlete, trainer, nutritionist. I can do whatever, you know, anything in the health field that pertains to like preventative healthcare. And it's like it's really dope. I really like the same thing with John here, having different majors and going on to that. But everybody loves taking a good picture, loves posting it on the gram, all types of things. And y'all know you be snapping photos more than likely. If y'all go via his page, you'll see all his work on there. So, what's a couple of your favorite camera angles to use when you're, in the scene or action or
I realized I use a low angle a lot. When I'm actually taking pictures, I like even when I like have like pre-planned pictures, like and I like have like a concept, like it's really like more just go with the flow type thing. But I realize I take a lot of low angle shots. I just like the way it looks. It elongates the subject, even if they're not that tall. Like my friend Ren, she's not that tall, but I take a lot of her photos at a low angle to elongate her, make her look taller. It's just I don't know, it makes the subject look more powerful. If you watch a movie, it's kind of like film theory. But if you watch a movie and like they'll try to it's like a villain or try to make somebody seem powerful, they're gonna shoot them from a low angle to make them seem bigger or make it like make it seem more powerful. So it's something like a little bit of psychology right there. So it's like if you want to film somebody, if you want to all the short dudes out there, if you want to look taller, you know what I'm saying, shoot have your photographer shoot from a lower angle. That's kind of basic though. But yeah, like I just like the way it looks and just has your subject look more powerful and confident. So that's probably like I guess say that's my favorite angle because I do that a lot. Yeah, I guess the low angle. I guess that's my favorite angle you could say.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Definitely being 5'7", that's always feel good to be just a little bit taller when it going on the picture. Feel just a little bit. Even though when it all comes to it, it's just one. It just don't pan out well when you do go actually see people. But it's always look good on the socials. But next, picture pose. Now this is a part I truly struggle with. Like, I don't got no unique picture pose. So what's the for instance for myself or other people that you do work with? What's some poses you recommend to your clients when you do have them? If they be like, what should I do? How should I pose? Or something?
It's really situational, to be honest. It just depends. Like, do they have props? What is the photo for? Like, how's your pose? But I really just I'll direct my subjects, but I'll let them just do what they want. But it's usually the biggest problem they'll have is finding something to do with their hands. So if there's like a prop or if like there's something around, if you're by like a ledge or something like that, maybe holding the ledge, you know what I'm saying? Like jewelry on, like playing with a watch. Just, you know what I'm saying? Once you find something, a lot of times once they find something to do with their hands, it makes the posing a lot easier. Because that's something a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah. Well,
You know, but so so it's situational, but I guess proposing, just finding something to do with their hands first off, that helps a lot, and yeah, and just making sure they're relaxed. Just whatever pose you is, if it's a smile, making sure. Well, if it's a smile, making sure it's not too forced. If it's a straight face, trying to make sure not like just, I guess, having like a resting bitch face or like looking just straight mean mugging, unless that's what you're going for in the picture. So yeah, just trying to make sure stuff seems as natural as possible whenever you're posing, no matter what pose it is. Just trying to make it seem as natural as possible. So, or
yeah,
just if it looks cool. If it looks cool, it looks cool. So yeah.
yeah. I feel that, you know, trying to get them hands in the right spot, trying to figure out what exactly to do. Because, you know, you just don't look like a statue out there. Definitely feel that. But let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. So, what's your favorite type of picture?
As regards to what, like a portrait, like I'm not
Well, let's see. I'm not too well versed in it, so I would not know. So I guess I'm gonna use some things that's popular. A lot of people use portrait mode on their photos on the gram. You know, selfie mode, panoramic mode. You know,
like I
things
would
like that. I guess.
I would guess I would guess say like just a portrait, like
I feel
but I
that.
mean like it's a portrait, just a regular portrait. I guess my favorite because I like landscapes. I take pictures of landscapes occasionally, but you know, I don't know, people just interest me. Like human expression just interests me. You know, like the human body is art. Like just we are art. So I mean, I guess just support just portraiture in general. Like I guess um it just depends what type of portraits because I like I said, like I like lifestyle editorial or whatever. So I just a good portrait in general. Like whether if like it's just somebody as simple like off guard off guard of somebody, you know, on the street, or whether that's like editorial shoot of like in the magazine. It's just, I guess, just portraiture in general. I guess my favorite types of pictures. You know,
Yeah, I feel the off guards are always the toughest photos because you know it's when the person is at their most relaxed state, not looking at the camera, just being them. You know, like you said earlier, just being, you know, that natural look. You know, my man sound like a real artist over here. You know, the human body is true art. I've heard that quote before. I know somebody said that before, but I can't think of who exactly said it. I was gonna say somebody like Picasso, but that don't sound right. That's more painter work. So we gonna leave that. We just gonna leave that unknown. But kind of like the last thing I got for you, man, is golden hour. So those that don't know what golden hour is when you know that sun sets perfectly. Like it elevates
well,
your photo, your selfie game times 10.
golden hour is like technically it's like the hour this the first hour the sun rises, so like really in the early in the morning. The first hour the sun rises, and like the last hour when the sun's like still up, like so yeah, sundown. Um, I like golden hour. Golden hour is like I guess it is. Say it's the best lighting. Like if you are gonna take pictures, because this is like getting really technical, really technical. But especially if you have like a DSLR, like which basically was like that's most people shoot on. You know, what I'm saying most like you know, starting off filmmakers and stuff like they shoot on like a regular DSLR. They don't have good dynamic range, and that's like if I take a picture of that's like in the middle of the day when they have like your window and it's less than a lot of sunlight and like it looks like really blown out. If I take a picture, I could get way I like exposed for it, like exposed for it. Like I either can get you looking like regular or I can get the window looking like to my regular, but I won't be able to get the window looking how it's supposed to look and how you're supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? With
You mean like capture the full essence of what you're saying?
you think you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I
like I'm trying to say like you know capturing the full essence of what your eyes see. You trying to capture like that
yeah, you
full.
can't really. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't really capture like how the suns look, or even in the middle of a really sunny day, like a regular DSLR. It's just hard to capture the sun like just regularly, like just beaming, and then just the subject exposed properly. It's like you're gonna have to compensate. Like either the sun's gonna look a little dimmer and your subject's gonna look properly exposed, or your subject's gonna look a little bit too blown out, but the background's gonna look correct. Gonna look properly exposed. Like it's hard to get, huh?
Finish up.
It's like you can't get both. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
But golden hour is like you can get everything properly exposed easier because like the light's not as harsh, but the lighting's still really good at the same time. But honestly, I feel like golden hour isn't necessary to take a good photo though. Like you can take a good picture in the middle of the day with the sun's beaming, or on a cloudy day, or an overcast. A lot of people prefer overcasty days to shoot because the sun's like so diffused, so it's a really good soft light on the subject. But yeah, I feel like it's not necessary to take a good photo though. I feel like they say a lot of like filmmakers say like you want to have good lighting, you should shoot during golden hour, but it's not necessary in my experience. It's just like it's nice, you know, if you can shoot around golden hour. You know, if I could prefer to shoot around time, I guess I would shoot around golden hour. But it's not something that's like, oh, if you want to take a good photo, you probably shoot around golden hour. It's not necessary, you know what I'm saying? It's just all personal preference. So that's all I feel about.
You heard it here first, right there. You know, golden hour and everything. You can take a picture any time of the day. You just gotta figure out when, where, and how the lighting captures you. That's how you gotta do. And that's the best way, John. That's the best way. I like the way you put that. You know, be a little more distinct with your photos. Don't always try to fight that perfect time of day of like
Yeah,
like 3, 4 o'clock when you trying to capture that perfect photo and it ain't there. It just ain't there. And it's just personally it's just too cold to be waiting for that perfect hour at this moment in time because it's like 20 outside and I'm not waiting until the sun goes down to take a picture. But John, you got anything else you really want to tell the people? Like anything about your work, things they
uh,
private, anything?
nothing. Nothing. I don't have anything like anything crazy. I'm hoping. I'm just trying to like this year just create my best work. 'Cause I feel like every year I've just created my best work so far. So I'm just trying to keep that going. Hopefully this year I'll take uh, the biggest step I've taken so far. So yeah, just hopefully follow my social medias if you want to, you know, at Jonathan Visionary on IG, Visionary with a Z, not a S, and Visionary J on Twitter, Z, not a S. So yeah, so if you want to see my progression of my work this year and so on and so forth, you know, follow me, hit me there. Appreciate Ara for having me, and yeah, that's really all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I had to get you on here, couldn't just knowing you and knowing that you are, you do art and you would fit very well in the artistic creations. That's definitely a good fit. And, coming up with this series, I feel like it allowed me to capture another because like music is art, but it's not the same kind of art that I cover in this series. It's a different kind of art. It's not vocal. It's more of just like you can draw. Can you know how to? You got. It's like I want to say how knowledgeable because like these for the artistic creation. I'm not saying you don't got to be knowledgeable to be a musician. You do, but I feel like it's a different kind of knowledge, different kind of look. So it's just something else just to you know branch out. Like season one for me. We did some very popular. So just try to get our feet wet, try to see what we can really do. But this season here, we expanding, trying to go beyond the norm, trying to like step out our boundaries, try some new things, see how they go. Hopefully this episode really pops up. But that's all we kind of got for y'all today. Join us for our next episode, colorism with a guest Nick Corbin. Popular topic as always, talking about why are mainly us as black people so separated with the color battle, picking your soulmate, or why derogatory comments arise on this difference between skin tones, and all sorts of things that matter. But what I do know is I got an uncle that lives in Atlanta, so next time I'm down there, have to hit John to get some photos in, just to bring a little more light to his work. As a kudos to him for coming on the episode, and yeah, that's kind of it. But this, as always, is Ira signing off. And see y'all soon.
All right.
What's up, everybody? That concludes today's episode. Join us next time when we release another one. As always, we continue releasing our episodes Friday at 12 on a bi-weekly basis. Give us a follow on our pages, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. All the ad names are right there on the screen. As always, this is your host, Ira, signing off. And see y'all soon.